When parents make monumental decisions to move somewhere and serve the Lord, sometimes they don't consider the impact the children will have. Whether it be youth praha or school or through friendships, all 4 Yurkovich kids have had a tremendous impact, and we are grateful for that. I've had the privilege myself of being the Bible study leader of all 3 Yurkovich girls at some point. And as is true with Bible study leaders, if you're doing a good job, you learn a boatload of stuff from your girls. And I've learned a boatload of stuff from my girls. And I've been honored to have Luke in my house more than once. I have with my son. They will be missed. And kids do have a great impact. They have impacts on Americans, Brits, Macedonians, and many others. Wow, I've made it this far. Only one paragraph to go. Okay. We're gearing down. Okay, back to Leslie. There's indeed a lot more we could say, but alas, we do not have the time. Mike, Cindy, and the girls. Oops, I didn't. Mike, Cindy, Luke, and Elizabeth is what it says. We will all miss you very much. You each have contributed much to the health of this congregation in leading us in worship of our great God through music, hospitality, and many other ways. There will be a big hole at ICP when you leave. Thank you for all that you have done. May God bless you in the continuance of His kingdom.
You did pretty well. Try to follow up on that. I'm being asked to say something about the Logos Center. I used to be a teacher last year, a Taylor, Spanish teacher. I just want to share how I've been touched deeply by the whole family, Yurkovich's heart for reaching out to others, to share the gospel and to see people come into Christ. I've been asked to be part of this team, and I must say just about the same things that you've just heard about, how he has this great talent of leading a team and how gracious they are, both Cindy and Mike. Here, I will open my first. Really, to say every time, if there is even a conflict or something, the way that they resolve it was gracious and loving. They're a wonderful couple. And I do, don't take pictures when I'm crying. And I know that my part in here is small. I just want to say, everyone that knows them knows that they work really hard. And I many times wonder, how do they do that? How Mike does everything. He goes to detail. He's very good at administration, everything, communication, which is a great skill for men. And he manages to communicate very well with everyone. It's amazing. And I just want to, I appreciate that, and I'm sure that everybody that has worked with them can say just the same. And I know that the heart of the kids as well, I don't maybe know them so well, like perhaps Trev could say something, but I'm sure that the friends are right here, and you guys are right here, and I had 2 minutes to share, and everything has been said, but I want to give you a chance, and please follow up in this. Please say a word, whatever comes to your heart that represents your feeling and what you want to say to them, what appreciation you have. I would say thank you very much for being, like they said before, so godly oriented, so godly, so pure in their approach to everything. Thank you. Please, say it.
Thanks for being my prom parents. Humble. very caring.
Gifted and gracious.
Thank you for participating. We students, we love you guys. We just, from the bottom of our heart, we love you very much. And we're going to miss each one of you. Each one.
So I think each of us that comes up, it gets harder because so much has already been said. But Laurie and no, so I was going to say that the Barnes brain has escaped me. I've done a great job of coordinating this, and they actually gave me a crib sheet, and it does tell me on here what to say about Mike. It says Trevor Marshall, elder. So Mike is old. One of my problems as one of his fellow elders is knowing who out of Bill and Job now am I to target my jokes at, because Mike has always been there. And we're going to miss that. It is a great spiritual gift. I want to say one thing about music. I play in the worship team from time to time, and once I was playing guitar and standing at the back and singing away merrily, and in the break Mike turned around to me and said, "Were you singing harmony there?" And I said, "Oh yeah." He said, "Well, don't do that again." Attention to detail, perfectionism, they are part and parcel of Mike. I think one of the things about knowing what to say about Cindy is that I don't have much to say about Cindy, but that in itself speaks volumes, because she does what she does quietly, humbly, hardworking and unassuming, and we won't know until she has gone just how much she does. With those tissues. No, I'm fine. So I will. Most of it has been said, but I'll just say this in the context of the elders, and John touched on it, hinted at it. Oh, there he is. Integrity is the word that I would have called out had I not been coming up to speak. Integrity, character, godliness. Mike is the only person I know who has an alarm set on his watch to tell him to stop working, which regularly used to go off during our elders' meetings, which speaks volumes about how much he's focused on his task, but also how careful he is to manage his responsibilities as a father and a husband. He's going to be immensely difficult, we can't replace him, but to make up for everything that he does as an elder, his wisdom, his willingness to apply his integrity in difficult situations, to say the truth even when it's not convenient, to seek the will and the mind of God, and to apply it even and especially when it's not convenient. These are difficult things that we as elders will have to live up to, that we see in Mike, and we will miss him immensely. Okay, now we have Julie on cook sheet.
Right.
We have a couple of gifts. I think it's some Swedish meatballs. No, it's not. There's no gift really which can express how we feel, so it's always going to be inadequate. But these are a couple of tokens that we hope will remind you of your 8 years in Prague and the very big family that you leave behind. see this later, we're going to put it on display, but just so you see it before they do, we're rather pleased with this. Okay. Now they're really worried.
Just want to thank you for being my spiritual family. I want to thank you for, I thank God for the edification that has taken place in my life as a result of my 8 years here, through my fellowship with all of you. I thank you for the many of you who have been significant others in my family's life and my children's lives. And because that's huge. And I thank you for the faithful teaching, John, that you've given to all of us. And it's been a wonderful place to spend these 8 years.
Echo everything Cindy said. We will miss you all. You are loved by us, and we will miss your friendship. And I have grown from you, and it's been a great encouragement to see God at work in the church and through the church to see lives growing. It's been a privilege to work, especially with the worship team. It's a fun, talented, godly group of people. And I have great confidence. I see that I don't think anything will change when I'm gone, because God has given such confident people to continue on. And especially when I express my appreciation for working with John. John has great wisdom. It's the word that strikes me with John all the time. He always knows what to say in every situation. He's got integrity. He's got a zeal for God's glory and a vision for being used by God and a love for God. And I too value your friendship, and I will miss working with you. I think it's rare to be able to find a team that works well together, and I feel like we've had a great working relationship, and it'll be rare if I can find that. I guess I want to leave the church with just a word of encouragement that you all know, but I just want to remind you that ICP, I think, is in a very unique position here in Prague, in this world in which we live. You're surrounded by expats who are here and displaced and more open, I think, perhaps to spiritual things, that ICP has a unique role in being able to show the love of Christ. And I challenge you to always be thinking and reaching to these expats, but also to the Czechs, as we've sought through Logos. I think ICP also has a unique position with Czechs who really are open to relationship because you speak English or Spanish or a language they want to learn. And again, I urge you to always be thinking not just of appreciating the body you have, but reaching out to the expats and Czechs around you. And I'd like to read verses that Paul wrote in Philippians 1 that seem to fit perfectly for our heart right now. Paul said to that church, and I say to our church, I thank my God every time I remember you. In all my prayers for you all, I always pray with joy because of your participation in the gospel from the first day until now, being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it out into completion until the day of Christ Jesus. It is right for me to feel this way about all of you, since I have you in my heart. And this is my prayer, that your love may abound more and more in knowledge and depth of insight, so that you may be able to discern what is best